And here is the Writer's Almanac for Wednesday, the 7th of October, 2020. It's the birthday of the Australian author Thomas Keneally, born in Sydney, 1935, entered the seminary to become a priest, was there for 6 years, had second thoughts, left to become a writer. He said later, "I thought if I get published, I can make up for the fact that I'm a mad, ruined monk and work my way into society, including the Society of Girls." He's written many novels, several books of nonfiction, best known to us as the author of Schindler's Ark, the book on which the Steven Spielberg film Schindler's List was based. It's the birthday of the poet Diane Ackerman, born Waukegan, Illinois, 1948, who blends science and literary art. Her first book of poems entirely about astronomy, called The Planets, a cosmic pastoral, best known for her book A Natural History of the Senses, came out in the 90s. It's the birthday of the Danish physicist Niels Bohr, born in Copenhagen, 1885, who theorized that atoms were composed of a small, dense nucleus orbited by electrons, and came up with the idea of complementarity, that things like light or electrons can have a dual nature. And it was on this day in San Francisco, 1955, Allen Ginsburg read his poem Howl at the Six Gallery, a reading to promote the art gallery as organized by the poet Kenneth Rexroth. Gary Snyder was there, and Jack Kerouac. Ginsburg was the second to the last to read. He started at about 11 o'clock at night. He was 29 years old. He'd never taken part in a poetry reading before. Started off very quietly, but as he read, he found his rhythm, took a deep breath before each of the long lines in the poem, and then said each line in one breath. Read the whole thing, and the audience went wild. Here's a poem for today by Margaret Hassey, At the Tea Garden. My friend and I mull over the teas displayed in square jars with beveled glass labeled by type. Each name seems part of a haiku. After the snow sprouting, Moon Palace, mist over the gorges. I'm drawn to green teas with unoxidized leaves that don't wither, hold their grassy fragrance like willow under snow in winter. The proprietor offers real china for the Chinese tea. Animal bones, fine ground, give whiteness, translucency, and strength to the porcelain that appears delicate, resists chipping. The rim of the cup is warm and thin. My friend's lips are plush. Her lovely mouth opens to give advice I ask for. We talk about memory of threshold events like a first kiss or a poem published. She can't remember. I tell her about my brother-in-law's chemotherapy, his third bout of cancer. He wants his family to put a pinch of his ashes in things he liked, his banjo, the top drawer of his desk, the garden. I wouldn't mind becoming part of a set of bone china that serves tea in a cozy tea house smelling of incense, cinnamon, musk, and carved teak. I'd like to be brought to a small table, sit between friends, quiet words, held in hands so close that breath on the surface of warm drink makes mist rise over their faces. A poem by Margaret Hassey, At the Tea Garden, from Earth's Appetite, published by Noden Press, and used by permission here on the Writer's Almanac, funded by donations from listeners like you, now available on PRX for distribution by your local radio station. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.